And welcome back to Pillar Points. I'm Will Castle, and this is Kathy Lawler.
Hello.
So the fifth and final element of this series on CMPS regarding credit is inquiries.
Yes.
Yep, and inquiries. It's always the hottest topic when you take an application, obviously, or if you do take an application. It's, I don't want my credit pulled. Okay, let's demyth it a little bit. Okay, and let's just talk real briefly, high level.
Said demyth. Yes. Yeah. It's such a hot topic. It's during the loan process, it's before the loan process, and it's even in the final stages of the loan process. Can new credit or new inquiries have a negative impact on your credit? We've talked about the first four, 35% being paying your debt on time, 30% being the balance to limit ratio that you carry or the amount of indebtedness. The length of time that you've been in the credit report was 15%, and 10% was on that credit mix. That final 10% is coming from the inquiries that you have or the new debt that you've opened. And what that means is there is a 12-month look back on any new inquiries that we look on the credit, we see that they're there, but these can have a bearing on your credit score, usually into the inverse. When you're opening new debt, and I know that we all have to start somewhere, but if you're thinking about buying a home in the next 90 days, try not to open any new debt.
Or talk with your LO.
Or correct, talk about what you're doing. And I know it's hard to, and we as loan officers certainly go through the process once we have an application about not having your credit pulled, not opening any new accounts. You certainly can have your own credit rechecked with Credit Karma or these free services out there, and that doesn't have a negative bearing on your score.
So the self-inquiries don't?
Yes, because that's considered a soft pull, but any hard pull, you're certainly going to want to refrain from doing because that affects your score by 10%. And it's such a minimal amount, but it's something everybody does. Inquiries are on there, and the look-back period is indeed 1 year. So to save yourself something that's so easily to avoid, limit the amount of new credit that you open right during the home buying or 90 days before the home buying, and certainly limit the inquiries that you have. Take those seriously.
Yeah, definitely.
We come up during holiday seasons and first of the year and tax time.
It's the most challenging time of the year, not only for us, but for the consumers and everybody out there for that matter.
Yep.
Sounds like 5 valuable tips that you had just given us, all embedded within the CMPS.
Yep, and those 5 total 100% to bring you into what goes into that 350 to 850 scoring model with TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian.
Well, it sounds like it's a pretty valuable process to be CMPS certified.
It is.
Well, next time we're going to give you something really special here. We want to do not want to miss. We'll talk a little bit about CMPS and how it can help you and some of the next steps.
Thank you.
Thanks.